Congratulations. Even your friends are smashing your ex. You lost. You lost. Wow. But they got renewed for a 5th season, so they'll probably fuck it up. But anyway, I sit here and I ask myself, okay, either your brother was sloppy or you were just going along with it and you were sloppy. Because he looked pretty fucked up. He posted they were doing that challenge with that Ty Dolla $ign song, and he was fucking, you could tell he had his shirt off. You could tell, like, he was gone. He was toasted. There was some fine-ass women in that video. So I'm kind of just like, the man got problems that us regular peasants just don't have. But also, if it's that sloppy and you got caught through Snapchat, come on, bro.
How you get caught through Snapchat? That's supposed to be a safe zone.
That's safer than OnlyFans.
I know. That's what I'm saying. That's supposed to be the safe zone for infidelity.
Like,
you get your spot blown up on there.
Like, damn, bro. Just tell it. Like, is it a situation where, like, you wanted to have a threesome and she was like, yeah, but she really says that thing where women say yeah, but they really mean no? Because when they say no, they say yeah, but really they just delay what you actually want until you don't want it because they took too long to actually do it. It feels like one of those situations. He's like, yeah. And he had like a list of girls and she just said no to all of them. I don't know. I'm not in that man's family like that. It's like, I just want to, like, there's a lot of things that went wrong here, and I feel like for a guy who was such on the level and a professional like Earl Thomas, is like, fam, your laundry's in the streets. You of all people, Earl Thomas, like, damn. Like, and Cam Newton said it on his IG, totally separate situation, but he's like, man, I'm professional. I ain't never been in trouble like that. I ain't never been late for meetings. I mean, dude almost died in a car accident. We didn't even know till recently that his baby mama, his baby's mother, I think he has 4 kids with her. He said he would never marry her. And now he's with another IG chick. Like, bro, the landscape for, like, and think about how cool and close to the vest Cam. Nobody talks about that. They talk about Antonio Brown being crazy. But this comes up with Earl Thomas, and I think it's because it's the Ravens, and that usually doesn't happen. And situations like this usually don't happen. I think that's why everybody's so shocked.
I don't even know how it was, like, broken. Like, I don't know how people
TMZ
heard about it.
TMZ broke it.
No, but I mean, like, who actually took the video and sold it to TMZ?
That's true, too.
Like,
they had
was
a
it
gun put on them, unless there was video footage, and the place they were at took it. Or she had him at gunpoint.
I haven't seen the video.
I haven't seen it either, but she had him at gunpoint.
There's been too many viral videos this past week to watch.
I'm not watching any more viral videos.
I'm over it. Yeah.
I don't need to see black men being murdered.
I know what a gun looks like, and I know what a gun getting pulled on somebody looks like, and I know what a gun shooting somebody looks like. I'm good.
And I know
I can handle the visualization on my own.
And I've had like an angry woman who kind of wanted to murder me, like, in my face. It's a very scary but like somewhat exciting feeling depending on the situation. Sometimes it's horrifying. You're like, death might actually be better than whatever she's gonna do to me. But in this case,
you need help.
No, I'm just more honest than most people. But like, realistically, let's just be real. Like, let's really be real about this.
You're the fat Tyrese.
No. Shut your ass up. No. First off, you've never seen me cry, so that's already out of the question. But like, what did he say to her for her not to bust a cap in his ass?
Yeah, like, was he simping or was he
crying?
Trying to explain it?
Was he drunk arguing?
Like, we were on a break, or was he like, oh, like, I fucked up?
Was she like, she's like, you're a fucking idiot?
Or did he like offer to buy her some shit? Like what was that? What was that conversation like?
Like, did like him and his brother's wife, like, did both of them just make them their bitch in that moment?
Honestly, she probably took the video and sold it, and they probably split the bread.
Just to teach him a lesson? Like,
yeah.
Yeah, but apparently, like, she came out and he said, I'm going to get ahead of this. This happened, unfortunately, life doesn't always go the way you want it to, but we're back talking again. We're trying to actually be a family again, so hopefully it works out. I mean,
like a Kevin Hart family or like a family?
A family. She let him see his kids.
All right, man. So
that's another thing I want to say. Just because a man cheated on you, it leaves you no right to not let him see his kids. That's a criminal. That's
yeah, but you're talking about single moms putting their trauma on their single kids, and
no, but they're married.
That's not a topic we're ready to have.
It is. It is. You think it's not? It is.
Kelly's like, I've been preparing for this conversation my whole life.
Did you not just hear what I said? I literally just alluded to like, yo, if a chick put a gun on me, it was my wife, and we had like 3 kids. At that point, I'm
not as scary as raising your own mother.
Fam, Mother's Day is like next week. What the fuck? That's
what I'm saying. I said you weren't ready to have the conversation.
We could, but that's a whole nother. That's like next week. That's like 2 hours.
Am I wrong though?
You're not wrong. Like,
do we get a single mom kid day? Like,
do we get a single?
Hey, you raised your mom. Here's a fucking fruit basket. Like,
can I get some muffins?
Yeah, can I get
a
some
lap dance?
A fucking edible arrangements? Like,
actually,
hey,
I miss edible arrangements.
Like, yo, when I was crying over that dude, and you were there for me, son. Here's an edible arrangement.
Like when I told you that nigga wasn't shit, but I was like 7, so you don't want to believe me. Trying to give me advice about a girl I like at school. Didn't you try to fuck my coach that one time? Yeah, see, I know people who actually like their coach. Like, oh man, that's a dark path. Whew, that's an episode we gotta get like our darkest, most fucked up friends to come on, which still might be us. Is it us? Nah, it's not us.
All right, man. So the other thing that happened this week was Andy Dalton got signed with the Cowboys. He's slated to be their backup, but
he's gonna compete for the job.
But considering all the runaround they gave Dak to giving him a new deal, and the fact that Jameis got a 1-year deal, and threw for 5,000 yards last year, and
I don't think Andy Dalton's never thrown.
And
for
Cam Newton,
yards.
Is one of like 3 black QB. Russell Wilson hasn't won one. 3 black QBs that have won an MVP, and he's still on the streets. And so it's just created the situation where it's like, And I heard Donovan McNabb. He kind of went off about it because him being a black quarterback who went to 4 NFC championship games and was basically led an era in the NFC, was out the league in 2 years, and he just kind of talked about how black QBs get a raw deal and they don't get a second chance or a third chance, or they're not seen as those, high IQ guys you can bring in to hold a clipboard and turn into your QB coach, which I could see Andy Dalton being the fucking offensive coordinator of TCU or Dallas.
Definitely
in the near
TCU.
Future.
Definitely TCU.
But yeah, man, and I know
he's the president of the Noodle Arm Club. You know that, right?
And I don't know if it was Louis Riddick or Bucky Brooks, and I feel bad for mixing them up just because they're light skinned and shaved head. But
why does Louis Riddick still not have a GM job?
I don't know. But one of them was pretty much saying like, I can't say Donovan McNabb is wrong. Like, it's definitely something that makes you go, But
the circumstances are kind of different.
The circumstances are different, and
like him when he played in Washington, he was terrible.
And even
Washington was terrible.
And Marcellus Wiley also talked about it. He's like, it's a situation where like, yeah, it makes you go when you present it that way, but at the same time, it's also kind of just a QB situation.
That's not quite it.
There's like outside of like,
why Chase Daniels still have a job?
Yeah, I mean that's why
there's no justification for Chase Daniels being an NFL quarterback.
But that's why it's hard to talk about, because it's like yeah, on one hand that's the case for sure, but on the other hand it's like also all these teams are they're set at quarterback. They have their plan
now.
But for the most part,
except Jacksonville.
I mean, even them, I think they plan on rolling with Minshew until they don't.
Minshew. jorts. You're telling me Gardner Minshew can even breathe the same air as Cam
That's not what I'm telling you, but what I'm saying is they're committed to that. That's what they're
committed because they're stupid. They're also committed to AEW, and look how that's going. Don't even start on AEW. But anyway, I see that, but I think it's bullshit because them signing Andy Dalton is the perfect excuse to knock Dak Price's price down. Because now I can say, oh, well, we'll just sign Cam if Dak doesn't want to come in. Imagine he does that shit. He just says, well, you know what? We have to let Dak walk because he didn't want to do it, so we signed Cam and Andy Dalton. Imagine Jerry Jones doing
remember
it.
how long
Nothing
John
against
Kitna
beneath-
was the Dallas Cowboys backup?
Yeah.
Like,
I think he's a coach now.
yeah, I
And
thought
he's
he was
a
out the
preacher.
league for a minute, and he was still a backup. And
He was
like,
a
wow.
preacher for remember, because he came in, he was the buffer for Carson Palmer. That's why I'm glad. Andy Dalton would have been that same buffer, and it's better to just get rid of him because he's clearly not your guy. But Dallas is like, okay, you put him in Dallas. Now, is he really going to compete with Dak Prescott? Yeah. Because now Jerry can sigh. He has a sigh of relief. He isn't out if they start off slow. He say, I got you CD Lamb. I got you all these receivers. And, think about it. Think about everybody got paid except Dak. He brought in Greg Hardy. He brought in Tank Johnson. He brought in your guy, Aldon Smith, who doesn't really produce a lot of confidence, I'm sorry, or trust. Brought in Randy Gregory. Brought back Randy Gregory. All those people, all those headaches and nuances and problems. Zeke was a problem at one point. You don't pay Dak, who has more playoff wins than Andy Dalton in 4 years.
Dez,
Andy Dalton has
McFadden.
9.
They had other people too or problems.
Yeah, I stopped there. I could have kept I could have kept going. I think wasn't Pac-Man Jones a Cowboy at one point?
Oh yeah, he was. Forgot about that.
See? All these reclamation projects. And Shannon Sharp said it best. No, unless I hear they don't want to talk about the contract they offered Dak, but they want to keep throwing out smoke screens because they don't want to pay Dak. And honestly, I hope he goes somewhere where they actually want to pay him. Because that's bullshit. He's actually made the Cowboys more relevant since Troy Aikman. Dak beat out Tony Romo. Tony Romo never won shit for Dallas.
He kind of got hurt.
He got hurt, but he never won anything. Did he ever win anything? Did he even win a playoff game? I don't even remember if he won a playoff
Bro,
game.
you're barking up the wrong tree. I'm not a Tony Romo apologist.
I don't even know if he won a playoff game. I know Dak is 1-2 and was a 3rd or 4th round pick. He wasn't even supposed to be anything. And look what he turned himself into. Had a career year.
I mean, you could say the same thing about Romo.
Okay, but
You could literally say the same thing about Romo.
I can't say that about Andy Dalton.
Okay.
And Andy Dalton had AJ Green his whole career. And AJ Green only got hurt recently. So my issue is you bring in Dalton so now you can argue we don't have to pay him as much because I think Dalton's getting like $9 million or some shit like that or whatever. He's getting a pretty substantial amount. And then Nick Foles, who's been trash his whole career, honestly somehow gets traded for a 4th round pick to Chicago. Who I just checked. Oh, they signed another fucking tight end. Jesus.
All right, man. So
they hoard tight ends worse than people who hoard H95 masks.
let's move to Take Your Tangent.
I thought that was Take Your Tangent.
No, it wasn't. That was Let's Talk About It. On that same note, Cam Newton, after saying he would wait for the right starting job, he now says he's open to being a backup. So do you got to take your tangent on that?
It's just bullshit that he has to say that. Because he was a good quarterback before he got hurt. And they they actually put an offense around him and then he gets hurt and then they say he can't play anymore. What kind of shit is that? Like that's the biggest cop-out. And honestly, I'm going to say it. If he wasn't black, we wouldn't be having this discussion. If Cam Newton was white and had the career that he had, he'd be God. And if you want to point to and say that,